For this video, I will be testing some AFK methods in GTA Online and really seeing which ones still work. If you guys have played GTA Online for some time, you will know that there is a lot of different ways to AFK, but for the most part, Rockstar have gone through most of these methods and patched them. One of these methods in this video was pretty much my go-to method to AFK, and Rockstar did actually patch this one, which was honestly really frustrating. So without any further ado guys, let's dive into this video. The first AFK method is one of the most popular ones. Essentially, you guys would need to own a nightclub, for example, or even the office, have one of the garage levels, and you should be able to just walk into the garage and sit on this screen. I believe that this can also work the same with the casino, where you guys go to the front of it, and if you guys have the penthouse, you'll have some various options. Now, you guys will see that I tried this with the office first, and after about 15 minutes of time, you will see that I did get kicked from my session. So the office one does not work, and I also tried this with the nightclub, just to see if it would be any different, and you will see in the gameplay that the warning timer did appear on my screen saying that I had 5 minutes left before I was kicked. So it looks like this method is pretty much patched. Maybe there is a workaround. If you guys have found this, definitely let me know in the comments down below. This was probably one of the most easiest ways to do this. Onto the next AFK method that I wanted to try out, we have the one with the LS Car Meet Slope. So if you guys take a vehicle or even a test track vehicle in the LS Car Meet test track, you can turn this car around and drive it up the slope, and you will have the option to either enter the LS Car Meet or exit the LS Car Meet. And of course, very similar to the other two methods, you would just sit on this screen and never get kicked. You guys might already be able to tell, but this also did not work and I was kicked. For some of you guys out there, this might still work. Even the other two methods might still work as well. For reference, I am trying these things on the Xbox Series S console with the new version of GTA Online with a wired controller. This now brings us to my favorite AFK method, or at least it was my favorite AFK method. This was to watch the Nightclub DJ Livestream. I used this one so many times and it used to work so good, but of course after waiting 15 minutes while watching the DJ Livestream, I did get the kick warning. So even this method does not work anymore, which is super unfortunate because this was my favorite one to use. Before this was patched, I pretty much made millions of dollars using this one. At this point in the video, we have not had much success with these AFK methods, so I will show you guys one that works, but it does have some catches to it. You guys might have heard of this one, but essentially it is the inside track betting inside the casino. So if you guys go inside the casino and run over to the inside track, you want to sit down at one of these computers, select place bet, select any one of these horses, and then just change the bet. After you guys have done this, you can just sit here for as long as you want. However, I would actually not recommend doing this because apparently after 8 hours of just AFKing here, Rockstar do somehow find out you have done this, and you will not be able to go on this screen and use these computers for 2 weeks. I have also seen that apparently your businesses when AFKing here will not make you guys any stock, so I would only use this one maybe for a little while. I would not recommend doing this for extended periods of time. I mean, to be honest, I rarely bet in GTA, especially here at the inside track, so it might still be worth using. Maybe do this for a couple of hours, come back to the game, maybe place a bet or something. Maybe this might break things up. I also know that some countries have banned betting in GTA Online, so you guys might not even be able to do this one anyway. Another AFK method that used to work like a treat in GTA Online was just watching TV at one of your apartments. Now, I think this has been patched for a long time, but I still wanted to try this out, and you will see in the gameplay after watching this for about 15 minutes, I was kicked from the session. Now, if anything, out of all of the methods I have tried so far, I would have thought that this one would have worked. I mean, it does sort of make sense just watching TV. I think if any of them should work, it should be this one. Now, arguably the best way to AFK in GTA Online that really has not changed is to either use a rubber band on your controllers, making the analog sticks or even the triggers always be active, which will move your character around or even just stand still with one of the triggers or buttons pressed down. In my opinion, I would say this is probably the best way to AFK, but even trying this, you will see that in the gameplay, I did not really set my controller down properly, and my character was just looking around instead of moving as well, which actually resulted in me being kicked from the session. So there is sort of a grey area with this one. Sometimes it lets me do this and just look around without moving, and then other times I will just get kicked. It does seem like it is very 50-50, but in terms of accessibility, you guys can pretty much do this on any console, even on PC, and I would definitely recommend trying this if you want to AFK. Before I show you guys some more AFK methods and test them out, there is one AFK method that I did try inside the LS Car Meet, and this one one actually does work surprisingly. To do this one, we will be using the AFK method that I just showed you, where you guys would either set your controller down or use a rubber band. To do this one, you want to head inside the LS Car Meet test track with a vehicle, drive up to a wall, and then set your controller down in a certain way or use a rubber band to make sure that your right trigger for driving is active. If done correctly, you can just stay in this position. Your vehicle will just continuously drive into a wall, and alongside this, you will be able to earn some reputation points inside the LS Car Meet. So I would definitely say that this is probably the best method we have currently. I think this has been around for quite some time now, and I believe that you guys can also do this without the LS Car Meet. Just stand anywhere in GTA Online and make sure your trigger is pressed down, and you should be able to leave it like that. You will see I left this for 15 minutes, and even past this 15-minute mark, I was not kicked from the session. I got no notification saying that I have 5 minutes remaining or anything, so this one definitely works, at least for me. I would definitely recommend trying this out, and like I said before, this is probably the most accessible way to do this, so you should be able to do this on PC, the old gen consoles, and even the new gen consoles. The only thing that I did not try with this is checking my businesses to see if they made any stock, but you should be able to do this absolutely anywhere in GTA Online sessions. So you could even just stand inside a nightclub, for example, make sure that the trigger is fully pressed down, and it should not kick you from the session. Another one of my go-to old AFK methods was using the security cameras in businesses. I used to do this one at the bunker all of the time. So of course, inside my bunker, I just go over to the security cameras, press right on the D-pad, and then just stay on this screen here. Now this one also did not work, and you will see that I got the warning. So I would have been kicked if I stayed here. Once again, just super unfortunate to see. And just like the DJ Livestream, this one also made me millions of dollars whilst it was working. At this point in the video, we have tested pretty much all of the methods I wanted to try, but there is a couple more of them that supposedly did work. One of them was using the facility with the orbital cannon and using the spectate option. Supposedly, you guys could just sit on this screen. I did try this, and this one also did not work. I honestly thought this would work easily, but it looks like Rockstar are really trying to crack down on AFK methods. I'm not really sure why, because most of the things that you guys have to AFK for still take so many hours to even make you guys a lot of money. But the last AFK method that I have not currently tried is using the TV option inside your apartment and being in a public session. And instead of watching the TV channels, you guys want to switch through them until you get to the spectate players options. If you guys have used this before, essentially you can just spectate pretty much anyone in your session, all from the comfort of your apartment. Supposedly you can just sit on this screen and spectate players forever, but like I have just said, this is something that I have not tried. I rarely play in public sessions anymore, and there will be a downside to this one, because if this does work and you stay in this session for, let's say for example, 7 hours or something, eventually everyone will just leave that session. There is also a big chance that you guys can be disconnected from this session, or even have just everyone disconnect from you, leaving you in a session all by yourself with nobody to spectate. So I would probably suggest trying that one out if you guys want to. That is the only method that I have not tried out, so it could have potential to work. So at this moment in time, I would probably say that the AFK method where you guys set your controller down, or instead use rubber bands over your controller or mouse, is probably the best way to AFK currently. Sometimes it can be inconsistent, but for the most part, this will work every single time, and you should not be getting kicked from your sessions. So yeah guys, let me know in the comments down below if you guys have found any AFK methods that work. You guys also might have some success with these AFK methods, and they could potentially work for you anywhere. If you guys went on to enjoy this video or found it useful in some way, shape or form, make sure to leave a like. I really appreciate your support, and if you guys are new here, subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss a video.